Alrighty, folks. Welcome to Jack's place. No, I didn't get the invite. Yes, I'm inside during the month of May, but it's raining here in Southern Ontario. I'm going to take you on a journey to Mars. No, just kidding. In the simulator, I'm a ridiculously savage handicap of 3.7. So my goal for today is to shoot as close as par to possible. So out on the course, out in real life, my goal is looking for low 80s, breaking 80s, and then getting to my road to scratch journey. Here I have a little 9-iron out of the bunker, a little uphill. Nice, smooth swing, but if I rush it or speed up my delivery, my miss is to the right. And, not mad with that, but this is where I would end up in real life if I were to, speed up my swing or rush my swing thought or rush my process. But take a look at this view. I'm not talking about the golf course. Nice little up and down to try to save par. I was having this with no putts because nobody wants to see that, and of course we all know putting isn't really that important. You should just only focus on smashing your driver. But I was able to get away with that one with a bogey, and my putting was set to my handicap. So it was auto putt. Here, I'm not going to impress anybody here, especially when I put the ball right into the trees. But my driver swing speed, it was around like between 100 and 104. You'll notice that, throughout the round with my 3-wood, I'll get up to that swing speed. It's just something that I'm not really confident with. You'll notice that in my whole golf journey that the driver is something that could get me into the fairway, but I really toned down the swing speed just to kind of keep it in place. So I know that 240, 250, 260 will help me get to where I need to get to. Really like this shot. Wanted to keep it low beneath the trees and put a little bit of draw spin on it. So I'm just punching out here with a nice little 8-iron. Crowd's going to go nuts when he hits this. Was really happy about this. Kept it low underneath the trees and had it rolling towards the green with a little bit of draw spin. So this is something that I actually can do and plan to do. So I was just thankful that it worked out. With this yardage, I believe it was between like 50 and 60 yards. Obviously, this is where amateurs and people like myself struggle a lot. Not sure if I should do like a clock pattern or a feel thing, but it's something that I really struggle with, trying to gauge the yardages here. Luckily, I was able to, if I hit that shot in real life, I'd be relatively happy, so can't complain with that. This is what you'll usually see in my pre-shot routine, like 1 or 2 practice swings, do my waddle, do my club check, another waddle, look, and then I'm ready to rip. And you'll even see here, like my club head speed with the 3-wood, it's like the same as the driver. It's just a look and feel thing, and I was able to stripe it right down the middle. Today, lots of fairways in regulation. Again, wasn't searching for a lot of oomph, as you would call it, but with a course like this, so tight and tons of water, it was felt really good to keep it in play. But I'm not gonna lie here. I'm not gonna impress anybody with the yardages off the tee. Here I just had my 50-degree, slightly uphill. I think it was playing 110. Again, very comfortable, confident shot. To be honest, I think the sim was a little bit generous with this backspin, but, it looks cool. Looks cool nonetheless. That's the same walk I believe Bigfoot has. One thing about this course is all the greens are the size of my foot. So accuracy is key here. And lucky enough, felt really confident with the irons. Was able to grip it and rip it here with a nice comfortable 9-iron. Crap, I could have used the Tiger Woods classic commentary. The crowd's gonna go nuts when he hits this here, but too late. You get the point. Happy to be on the green. Trackman gave me a birdie putt. I'll take it. Would I have hit that in real life? Who knows? Stay tuned. I chose 3-wood here. It was the safer play. I didn't think I would run out of fairway here, but just with the shape of it and how I swing in the driver, I just decided to do 3-wood off the tee. Always try to use, what you're most confident with. And for me, that's the 3-wood. Here I was debating on going for it, but again, taking my medicine, I think I took a step back and took like a 5 or 6 iron to get ready to get my shot to prepare myself for my third shot. Playing smart golf, really wanting to shoot a number here. And I know simulator golf is nothing like real golf, but was sticking to my principles. Some people in the simulator over were definitely on their first or second date, so I had to really mentally lock in. I never knew that girls would be impressed by burps or, it's a new thing, but hey, I'm married, don't need to worry about that. Here I'm locking in for a nice little, I think it was like a 60-yard shot. Again, this is where, where I struggle with gauging the distance or where to stop in my backswing, but can't complain about a hit green. Zip! That's right. Reel that in. 2 thumbs up. I'm really not sure if I should be talking here. I'm new to this. Just enjoying the ride. Gripping and ripping it. Again, was very... Hey, you get back here. Yeah, that's one thing about simulator golf. Ball could get away from you. But again, not impressing anybody with my drives. I believe that was around 250, 260. But hey, it's in the middle of the fairway and I split 2 bunkers. Could I do that again? Probably not. But I'm here for a good time, not a long time. This was just a nice, comfortable pitching wedge. A little club check, a little waggle, lock the in. But as I said before, my miss with my short irons, probably up to about like my 7-iron, is to the right. And all it is me rushing, through my process and then rushing my swing. And I'm not Russian, I'm Polish. So I just got to stay true to myself and not be Russian. Here you're going to be really impressed with this chip shot. This is something I do outside often. Chunk it or leave it short. So just trying to, practice how I play in real life. And I did that perfectly here. Time to lock in. And again, I hope you enjoy this wonderful view. I realize that the camera work here is shoddy, but shoddy, look at that thing. Oh yeah, look at that. It's like looking down the hallway with that tree line there. But when you're so focused on your process and start to make things automatic, this is where a lot of high tier and pro golfers reduce a lot of the mistakes because they have a pre-shot routine. They know when to just pull the trigger and kind of stop overthinking. That's one thing I took away from my golf coach, Cam Lancaster. Again, practice how you play. I don't care if you're a 400 handicap or a plus 400 handicap. If you're able to have a solid routine and practice how you play, you will shave off a lot more strokes than you think. Here I was just laying up, I believe, another like 5 or 6 iron. I have the memory of a goldfish and the swing of a goldfish. But hey, keeping it in play, getting ready for the next shot. Have not lost a ball yet, which is also a plus. This was probably just a comfortable pitching wedge. I can't tell if it's uphill or downhill. If it was uphill, I might have clubbed up a little bit. If not, probably just a regular pitching wedge. Yeah, they gave me a freaking 3-putt, which makes sense, and I do that, so TrackMan knows me well. And again, another great advice for amateurs and people like me, always club up. Don't be afraid to club up. Here, we're shooting it onto a tiny green once again, but I don't know what it was with the par 3s today. It was like, could you make them smaller? Could you make them harder? Just throwing darts today. Marlboro Reds, Belmont Blues, you name it. One thing that I do when I'm playing somewhat well and not focusing on chasing speed, I will always pull out the driver just to keep chipping away at getting comfortable with it and ensuring I get better. Again, not going to impress anybody much with the yardage, but hey, that's another FIR, if you know what I mean. Just walking around aimlessly. Sorry, did I get lost in the simulator or something? Holy, didn't realize I was getting all my steps in a freaking golf simulator. Here I grabbed a 50 degree. I believe it's around like 110, playing a little bit uphill, maybe a little into the wind. I had like 4 or 5 miles per hour of hurt. But here, this is, I remember, I became Russian. And this is what happens, when you rush your shots or you rush your routine. But still managed to put myself in a okay position. Don't know what the TrackMan was thinking. The ball was on the mat. Another thing to know and kind of note is like chipping on here and like little short game shots is night and day to real life. So, handicap in this simulator is a 3.7, but you're hitting off the same lie. You're chipping off the same lie. There's no sand, there's no dirt, there's no weird stuff. That's John Morant for you right there. But I get besides that like first chip on the second or third hole. Pretty dialed in with the short game here, but how could you not when every single lie is the exact same? Again, keep it on a rope, but the rope's not too long. Chirp me, love me, hate me, doesn't matter. I'm still going to go home and eat some golden Oreos. Hopefully watch the Edmonton Oilers close it out. So, doesn't really bother me. I think this was around 172. 7-iron is one of my favorite clubs. I know I don't know if you are or you're not supposed to have favorite clubs, but there's just some clubs that you grab and you stand over and you feel really, really confident about. So love when I got a 7, 8 or 9, honestly. It's that driver. It's that stinking driver. Here I'm just playing it smart. Nice little 3-wood, little waddle, little Donnie Duck, Daffy Duck waddle, mixing up my cartoons. Usually I cut my 3-wood. This one was a little pole draw, but again, still alive, still in play, can't complain. If I'm not mistaken here, people were waiting to use this sim bay to the right of me. Lots of talking in my backswing. Gonna blame it on them. But setting up with, again, a little punch-out 5-iron to set myself up for a successful third shot. Going through the routine. I was not comfortable over this one. I should have backed off. Again, it was a little bit Russian, but still worked out. Got to where I needed to be. Wanted it a little bit closer, but can't complain with having a green light shot at a green in regulation. Since I knew I had some patrons behind me waiting to get into their simulator bay, I knew I had to lock in and not let that faze me since the last shot didn't go that well. So joking, not joking, but dialed in here. It was playing around like 130-ish with 10 feet, 8 feet uphill, a little bit into the wind. So I clubbed up, grabbed a 9, and I'm comfortable with these kind of sawed-off shots. Just happy that this really, really worked out here. Maybe not the prettiest finish, but when two people are watching you and you stick it to the green, feels pretty good, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Felt great. I don't usually do sawed-off shots. I try to do what I'm really comfortable with. It's not something I practice a lot. And you're actually going to witness here another sawed-off shot. It was, I think it was playing like 155. I didn't want to swing full with my 8-iron, but I didn't want to swing super hard with my 9. So I saw it off, but sometimes when I saw it off, I close the face and pull it a little bit. Lucky enough, had enough speed, good contact that it carried everything. Because this is one of those tee boxes where you don't want to chunk it, fluff it, or not make it over. This is how I normally practice my chip shots, kind of like one look at it, one little swing, pick my spot, and then just get very focused over the ball. So look at where I want to go, and I really focus on keeping my head down and then waiting till I'm through with my swing, and that's where I see the most success. You'll see a lot of people going, oh, keep your head down is a myth, don't keep your head down. Hey, do what works for you. Do the do. even though I do talk about the driver kind of being one of the weaker parts of my game, I do love the look and feel of my Srixon. I think, I think it's a ZX5 or ZX7. Either way, I like the look and feel of it. Used to rock a ping. But I think a big part of it and a big part of my struggle is just the look and feel of everything. Because as soon as I get that 3-wood in my hand, holy cow, my confidence goes from 6.5 to a 7.3. So it's a pretty big jump. Once again, here comes the very important advice of club up amateurs. I was feeling it was like 120-ish, a little bit downhill in the rough, and I was like, you know what? If I swing hard enough, it will get there. But I didn't hit it clean. If I would have hit it clean, yeah, maybe I'd probably be short, like on the green, but a long putt. If I would have just clubbed up, maybe did a sawed-off pitching wedge, I would have given myself a better chance at the green. So here you got to test out the short game, and this is where everybody starts losing strokes. Is little simple things like clubbing up. Luckily, I got a call from Dr. Chibinski, is what you say or how you call it. Didn't chip it in, but luckily he gave me the medicine for some nice hands there. Please realize these are all terrible dad jokes. When you're playing, cautious off the tee, be confident and aggressive. Or you start to hit your 5-iron against your forehead like I did there. This was one of those 5-irons where I should have backed off. Again, migrated to Russia and I was Russian. Should have stayed Polish, should have stayed polished. Got to take a drop. Luckily it's not a long shot in, but I could have just backed off, been a little bit more comfortable and more focused on where I wanted to land the ball. And swing got a little bit out of hand, got late. Face was open at impact, and it doesn't go that far. But this golf course will punish you. There's water everywhere, so bring your fishing rod. Here I'm just looking for some good contact, get it up on the green and give me a hope to save par. And luckily enough, my friends at TrackMan think in real life I would have made that putt. They gave me a par, so can't complain with a par and a penalty stroke. So I was really pumped up about that one. Lots of fairways and regulations. I think I was playing this at around 6,300 yards. The next jump was like 67. If I would have done that, this would have been a lot harder. I would have been taking, 5, 6, 7 irons into greens versus 9 and 8s in pitching wedge. I do want to get that confidence and swing how I can normally swing when I'm at the driving range or hitting into my net, because I get up to about 108 to 110 club head speed. But again, when I'm trying to shoot a number, it feels much more relaxed and just focus on making some good content, but good contact as well. Just focusing on smooth tempo. But then again, everything else, like my irons and everything else, is grip it and rip it. It's just, I don't know what it is with the driver. This is the 5-iron I wish I had on that previous hole. Was able to just feel confident over it, really focus on my landing spot, do my swing routine, boom, set myself up for a good, successful approach shot. This is a prime example of trying to figure out a system or where to stop my backswing. I thought with like 60 yards uphill, I'd be pretty bang on, but it went long. Luckily, TrackMan said, hey, nice spin. I was able to reel that smallmouth bass onto the green. I'll take a par. I'll waddle, check that club, make sure it's not going anywhere. Grip it, rip it. This one was a nice little 8-iron. I was happy to go and play it long. But again, if I would have grabbed a 9, I could have been fishing, swimming, you name it. I noticed that I really like feeling movement and momentum in my swing, so I like to stay fluid on my setup and with the waddle and checking the club. It just feels more natural and maybe more athletic. But yeah, I'm not impressing a lot of people here. I think that swing speed was like around 102, 104. Same swing speed as my 3-wood. This was just a uncomfortable, unconfident look at the green. Should have clubbed up once again. And you'll notice that right away, not happy with that. I don't know, should I make another Russia joke? Who knows? But losing strokes here because of not wanting to club up, thinking I could play the number. You know, golf is a game of misses. Now I gotta work on my short game here, and if I was Scotty, Tiger, or Charlie Woods, you know, I'd be more confident in the setup and getting it really nice and close. But I'm not. I'm Josh Sanquist. Yours truly. Yeah, I don't see a lot of pros or scratch golfers doing that. Alrighty, made it all the way to the last hole at Jack's place. I think I needed a hole-in-one to shoot par. Was not playing that aggressive. I was aimed in the fairway, so it was a little bit of a pull. But I'll take that. You know, my ball's in play, and the courses I'm playing with aren't going to have ridiculous, crazy rough. So being in play is very, very helpful. And being in the rough isn't going to penalize me as much. So happy to have a good, you know, look at the green. Now let me tell you about clubbing up. You know, I'm not going to be as pure as a scratch or a pro golfer. So why don't you frickin' club up, Josh? And here, I was like, you know what? 147, slightly uphill in the rough. I could muscle a 9-iron. No, you can't. Maybe on a hot Saturday afternoon with a couple of transfusions and Coors Banquets in you. But not today, Junior. Now you gotta impress people with your short game. And I don't do a lot of impressing. I was impressed by this, not gonna lie. If this happened to me in real life, out on the course, very happy. I wanted to show that I can do this and I don't just joke around, but I also am still really bad at it. There's my lefty golf throw. But overall, great round, really happy. I know nobody could see that, but that was a 75. Again, in the simulator, I'm always trying to break par, but thank you. Thank you for coming out.